honestly, I was like, one piece, just going to try it on, and I tried it on, and suddenly it sort of lifted the whole outfit. And here we are. And you're wearing a bow tie.
You made bow ties cool.
It's like I knew I was hosting the Matt Smith panel tonight.
Very strategic, yeah. What do you want to do? You want to?
We should go to the floor. We got people who are excited to ask questions, so let's go to them right there. Welcome back to Canada, Your Majesty.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed.
So here's my question. Throughout your time as acting as the Doctor in Doctor Who and Prince Philip in The Crown, has there by any chance ever been a stressful and a hard moment when it comes to acting in these huge roles?
Yeah, lots. So many stressful hard moments. I mean,
Good question.
Yeah, very good question. I think the thing with both of them is that there was a great deal of pressure from the outside. The thing with Doctor Who is like I'd walk down the street and people would be like, "Don't break Doctor Who!" I'd be like, "Please love me." And, you know, and everyone loved David so much and loved Russell so much. Rightly so, because that was such an amazing era. But so me and Stephen came in and couldn't help but feel, you know, and I hadn't spoken a word either. That was the thing, like no one really knew. And because I was young and unknown, everyone was like, "Shame on you." I mean, kind of similarly with Prince Philip, he's really known to the public. He's part of British culture, and so there's a pressure to sort of get those people right. So yeah, you know, that was difficult, but hey, that's sort of why you do it, when it's frightening and a challenge. Good question.
Give Matt Smith.
Episode that you were in.
Very good question. It's a very difficult answer, this. It's like going, what's your favourite album? Well, firstly, what's your favourite episode? I know. His is the 11th hour.
Well, I did really enjoy Day of the Doctor, I guess.
Day of the Doctor, yeah, good. That's not mine. I think somewhere between. Look, I think season 5 is the best season we did, probably. I think it's either the 11th hour, Vincent and the Doctor. Yeah. Pandora for Opens, I think it's really good. What's the one in season 6, the opener in America? That's good. The Impossible Astronaut, or A Christmas Carol. One of 5.
Yeah, Christmas Carol's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, they're pretty good ones, right?
We're just talking about villains. You have a favorite, or a monster,
Yes,
I guess.
I do. Who's your favourite monster?
Weeping Angel.
Yeah, mine too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Top 3 Doctor Who villains. 1, Weeping Angel. Let's do this as a group. I mean, you know, it's basically therapy for the weekend anyway, isn't it? 2, it has to be the Daleks, doesn't it? This is the important one. 3, who's the 3rd? Yes! Do we agree on the silence? Or it's the silence. It's great. The Cybermen, I know, but here's the thing with the Cybermen. Well, I don't think we've really got the Cybermen right since, and we'll see who are real Doctor Who fans now, Tomb of the Cybermen. Who remembers that episode? Only a few. That's when they were really scary. Sorry? Oh, yes. Just one lonely fan. It's very hard to order. And the Master's tricky to leave him behind, isn't it? Missy was great. Yeah, is it Missy? Is it John Sim? Are they? Is it, you know, God knows. I'd like to come back as the Master. It'd be cool, that, wouldn't it? Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I'm... The Valley, oh yeah, Anyway, we've got to stop talking myself into Doctor Who. I have left.
Hopefully that answered your question. We'll go back to the floor for more from Matt Smith.
These are those moments for me. Is that weird?
If I sound a little bit sick, it's because I'm a little bit sick. If you walk away from meeting me and you get a little bit sick, you're welcome. Thanks. Guys, when we meet in the autograph lineup, it's nice. It's a moment, eye to eye. We're there. But we don't have a ton of time. When we meet in the photograph lineup, we're right there. Some physical contact, but even less time. Hello, goodbye. This is the moment, if you have a question inside. Welling up inside you, I need to know this. I need to know this. And I can't Google this. I look at my Instagram and my Twitter sometimes, and people go, hey, I'm just wondering, what's the date that show is gonna come out on that one? I don't know, man. That stuff you can actually Google that I honestly don't know. But now, this is the moment. You can ask me questions that I actually know. Or anything about Alan Tudyk, which I also know. I believe this is our lineup right here. Is that true?
Yeah.
And what's your name?
Joseph.
Joseph? I love that name.
Thank you.
You're the number one question. Don't blow this. Joseph, everyone. Everyone, Joseph. Lay it on me, buddy. What do you got?
So, do you have any upcoming roles in anything?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do, Joseph. I'm glad you asked. There's some roles I have coming up that I'm not allowed to talk about, Joseph, so I'm glad you asked. And there's also some roles I have coming up that I can tell you about, and one of them is Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. Spoiler alert, it's really unfortunate, the series of events that happens to me. Anyway. Is that good enough answer for you?
Yeah, basically.
You did a great job, Joseph. What's your name?
Lydia.
I love your outfit.
Thank you.
Who are you dressed as? Just kidding. It's me, guys. It's me. She's dressed as me.
So I'm a diver myself.
Are you?
I am. And I love the pictures of your diving adventures.
Yes, thank you.
So I'm wondering, kind of two-part, after Bali, how many dives does that make? And what is the favorite dive you've ever done?
Good question. My brother Jeff. Jeff, where are you?
Come here, buddy.
Hey, bro. Hey, bud. My brother, everybody. Here's a little hint, you guys. Always swim with a buddy. Always dive with someone who has a vested interest in making sure you live. For me, that's my brother. We are at how many? 121?
I think so, man.
121. 121 dives between my brother and myself. Some of our favorites, our second day of diving ever was the Blue Hole. Guys, it's amazing. You go through, then you go 3 hours out over swells like this, and then it's a lake. And then there's like a 15-foot deep, pardon? Like a 15-foot deep reef. It's just, it looks, it's amazing. It's beautiful. And then there's this giant hole in the ocean that goes straight down, I'm told, about 600 feet. Recreational diving goes to about 130 feet. We go to 140. It gets cold and dark and scary as hell. And your heart's pumping, and you're breathing really fast, and you go, how much air do I have left? 2 minutes! That's not gonna be enough. It's pretty amazing. I think that was one of my favorite dives. We've had a lot of really amazing. Roatan was some amazing dives all across. Bali was amazing. We saw some stuff we've never seen before. Where have you been that you like?
Probably my favorite was down in St. Lucia, diving the wreck of the Roraima.
Very nice. Clear blue waters. I love it. Nowhere cold, guys. Nowhere cold. And no, I love sharks. I love seeing sharks. We get super excited. We love to see sharks. Little sharks. If they're about the same size as you, they don't look at you and go, I'll eat it. They look at you and say, are you trying to eat the same fish I'm trying to eat? And that's where you can fall into problems. But when the sharks get really big and they look at you and go, I'll taste that. That's where I'm out. Heights, sharks, and bears. The sharks of the forest. Finally, you're here. Yes. Everybody else is super jazzed to be here. These weekends are an amazing place to be because of the energy in these rooms, in the lineups, in the commissary, getting burgers. The energy is amazing. I love these weekends. Do you feel better?
Yes, thank you so much. So, in Ready Player One, that's now in my brain,
Yeah.
there is a virtual reality game where you can be any character in any TV show or movie.
Mm-hmm.
If that was a possibility,
Yes.
which would you be?
I would pick Firefly, and I would be... and I would be Inara. I think I could do some things with that role that would really pretty it up. Just teasing. What show? Okay, I would go for if Greatest American Hero was as good as I remembered it. Don't go back and rewatch it, guys. Some stuff just doesn't hold up. But if Greatest American Hero was as good as I remembered it, I would like to do that. I'd play William Katt's role. I'd do a couple episodes of MASH. And I'd be Frank Burns. I swear to God, you guys, I remember when I was a little, I remember when I was a little young man, I was watching Carol Burnett with my parents, and the actor who played Frank Burns, whose name I can't remember, that's the one, was on camera, just kind of head and shoulders, and he had this big kind of car battery on his shoulder. He goes, go ahead, knock this off, try to knock it off my shoulder. He's so snide and ferrety little Weasley, just try to knock it off my shoulder. And this giant muscled greasy arm comes and goes, and knocks him right in the face, and he falls out of camera and the battery stays there. Little ad about the battery. He stands back up to camera and goes, didn't hurt. Love that guy. And I think I would really enjoy, like in the book, spoiler alert, The Holy Grail. Yeah, that was one of my favorites growing up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Love you, man. Hello, tell me your name.
I'm Carl.
Hi, Carl.
I also have a 1-2. My first one is Firefly is one of the only sci-fi space universes that I've watched that didn't have aliens, and I was wondering what you thought about how that lent itself to the universe and how it helped sort of build this story.
For me, it seemed to add a bit of realism. It seemed to make the future easier to believe.
And my second one is, how do you think Malcolm Reynolds would deal with it if he came face to face with Gaul?
With who?
With Gaul, Destiny 2? The big bad.
Gaul.
Yeah.
I call him Gary. I think there would be that moment of kind of staring blank disbelief, and then something dry, like, well, that's a big guy. Something like that.
Thank you very much.
I'm recording this as proof that I actually asked you this.
Gotcha. Because if you told your friends, they wouldn't believe you because you lie constantly.
All right, so my question is a bit of a spoiler, but when you were filming Santa Clarita Diet, in the pilot episode, What was it like to get eaten by Drew Barrymore?
Excellent question. In the scene.
Before, but you've worked with Joss Whedon through a lot of fantastic projects.
That's true. Next question.
But all the way through to Much Ado About Nothing, which was great. But what I'd like to know, like, how has the relationship been working with him over all these years?
I mean, awesome. If you're a Joss Whedon fan, you feel through his work, you understand a little bit of his heart. You have an idea, like, I bet he's kind of like this. And then if you've seen him in interviews, and you've seen the way he's so self-deprecating, the way he's brilliant, kind, you say, I bet that's what he's like in real life. It's true. What you imagine Joss Whedon is probably like is incredibly accurate to what Joss Whedon is actually like. He's really kind and really sweet. And man, that guy loves to dance. Absolutely true.
Thank you. If I can just ask one quick follow-up. In your Rick and Morty episode, your character eats a Szechuan sauce. Have you personally tried the Szechuan sauce yet?
I'm not a sauce guy. I'll do gravy, but I won't do sauce. I'll do a little bit of hot sauce on my wings. Super easy sauce, guys. Extra crispy, super easy sauce. If you make it extra crispy and then you drown it in sauce, it's not crispy anymore. I don't want a soggy wing in my mouth. Crispy. And I don't like sweet sauces. I like salt. I like pepper. I am pepper. Thank you. We've got 10 more minutes. What are you awing about? It's 10 whole minutes. I'm kind of telling you this now. I could have said, guys, that was the last question, and then you'd be disappointed. But I'm giving you this so you can kind of, I love your hat. Both of you. Yeah, the one with the hat went looked the other one with the same hat. Yes, ma'am.
Hi. I just have to get my bearings. I'm a little nervous. But I loved you in Dr. Horrible Sing-Along Blog.
Thank you.
I'm just wondering, how was that experience, because it was during the writer's strike and it was such a smaller project than some of the other shows and movies you've done. And is there a favorite Captain Hammer one-liner that really stands out for you?
What was it like? It was pretty amazing. We as actors and writers sometimes feel like the scales are not quite equitable in the distribution of the profits that come in. And that's why there was a strike. And from that feeling of kind of, they're not being fair, we kind of feel helpless, to, you know what we're going to do? We're going to start StrikeTV.net came out, and guys started producing their own stuff without TV producers. We started putting stuff on the internet, said, we don't need TV. I was talking to one of my then agents at the time, and saying, yeah, we're doing this thing, it's going to be really great. She said, yeah, but it's internet. Right? Can you imagine someone saying that now? Stream anything much? So we felt like we were doing it by ourselves. It felt very freeing and very vindicating. We can do this. We don't really need you. That was kind of we were feeling kind of, it was like a battle. There was a battle going on. So it felt really good to be doing that. And you're doing it with all your friends. So obviously, amazing. And what was the second part of your question?
So what is one of your favorite Captain Hammer one-liners? They're all my favorite.
One of my favorite Captain Hammer one-liners was not actually in the show. It was in a comic book I read later that was written by Zach Whedon. What was somebody, I think it was Dr. Horrible, came running around a corner and ran into Captain Hammer, boom, hit him and fell down on the ground. And he said, whoa there, careful. What if I had been a knife?
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.